Last night I was thinking about queues in Planet Coaster 2 and how it's kind of a bummer that you can't just build square cattle pen style queues as easily as you could in Planet Coaster 1. And then I remembered that in Planet Coaster 2, if there isn't a queue or the queue is too short, the guests will just overflow into regular paths. So then I wondered, if that's the case, why can't I just use paths as queues? Because then I could also have more customization. And I know they're going to remove the Planet Coaster logo from queues really soon, but that would also get rid of that problem too. And I'm doing some experimentation right now, so let's see what we've got. I built this little arrow looper real quick. And by really quick, I mean I spent way too much time on it because that's just how I am, but that's beside the point. So then I built a square path up to the entrance, wrapped it around underneath, and tried to connect it to the path with just a single piece of queue. So far, this doesn't seem like it works. So let's try a couple other things. So now I put a flat ride down with just a single tiny piece of queue at the very end. And it seems like this crowd is going to actually start queuing up in my queue. And so far it's working. See what happens when the ride starts. Okay, so that's a good start. As you can see in this game, peeps will just start to queue up on path if there's not enough queue left, instead of like in Planet Coaster 1 where they would just walk away, which was kind of annoying. So this is good. This is a start. I can work with this. Now let's see if I can take it even further. So now I'm going to try some advanced pathing techniques. So what I've done here is I've built a little plaza in front of this flat ride, and I've created a 1/4 meter thin strip of path. And I'm going to position it strategically to create gaps in the path in order to form my cattle pen. And here's how I made this little strip really quick. So I went to the path tool, got out the stamp builder. Let's get this grid going so that it's nice and aligned with the rest of this path that I want to make. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hit escape to exit, hit I for the multi-select tool, highlight these 4, and press X for the advanced, hit confirm first. Now X to open up the advanced movement and snap it to 1/4 meter. Now I can go boop. But now if I press I to do the multi-select tool again, and delete, I'm left with this tiny little strip. I'm going to make this texture super duper visible. All right, now I'm just going to delete this single square right here because I don't want that. I'll do the multi-select tool again, hit Control X, confirm selection, hit Control X to duplicate into advanced move, and now I'm just going to slide this right into place. Although for this one, I'm actually only going to select 3 of them. So I'm going to select 3, confirm selection, Control X. Hopefully I'll get used to doing that one day. Now I'll slide it right to where I want it, right up there, and right about there, and I'll build that. Well, not the best start, but not horrible. All right, I'm gonna hit I again so I can select just this one bit. Confirm, Control X. Let's see how wide we want these to be. I would also appreciate if it kept my snap distance setting, but let's go up to half meters. I think I want to do 1, 2. I think the regular queues are 2 meters, so I'll just do 2 meters. I'll do that there. Actually, it would be a lot easier if I just did this. Do 2 meters. So I'll do a single 2-meter step and delete that. This should be the size I want to use. Now, if I confirm selection, hit Control X. No, I select it again, confirm selection, Control X, remember the snap distance because it keeps unsetting it. Now I should be able to snap it to where I want. And actually that might be better just to do it there. I'm gonna hit Control Z a bunch and hit Control Z. Now let's put this here. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one here. Snap distance back on because it changed it again. I don't know if I like that. Okay, Control Z. Snap distance back on. Okay, I wanted it right there. Okay, that looks better. Okay, that's where I'm putting it. So now I'm going to do snap distance to 2 meters. Snap over. All right, and why does it? The snap distance. Why does it keep undoing that every time? Reselect these, confirm selection. Remembered at that time. Control X, snap distance to 2 meters, 1 over, 1 up. Confirm. Okay, snap distance is still good this time. 1 over, 1 down. Confirm. And now it's off again. Back to 2 meters. 1 over, 1 over. Put your snap distance back on, 1 over, 1 over. Put your snap distance back on, 1 over, 1 over. Turn your snap distance back on, 1 over, 1 over. Turn your snap distance back on, 1 over, 1 over. Turn your snap distance back on, 1 over, 1 over. Turn your snap distance back on, 1 over, 1 over. Confirm. And I want to do it again. Snap distance turned off again. Okay. All right. Highlight these. Confirm selection. Control X. Snap distance back to 2. Now I can decide if I actually want to do this or not. So I'd need 1 there, and the next one would be, yeah, you know what, I'll do that. Okay, put this one here. That's kind of funky. This one there. Be interesting to see if people can actually get around that. It'll be good for the test. So here's a nice overview of the cattle pen, but you may be thinking that's just regular path with pink in it now. People are just going to walk right over it. That is correct. However, with the power of the multi-select tool, I should be able to just delete the pink segments. Then, hopefully, these peeps will stay in line. Oh, I do not want to select the flat ride. I want to select the path. Thank you. Okie dokes. No, I don't want to select. Is it because it's running? Alright. Delete. 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 I'm just going to delete all these ones first because these ones seem like the ones that are hard to click. Now I can go back and just quickly... Nope, no, it's still thinking that I want to click the flat ride. I do not want to click the flat ride. I want to click the path. Click the path. There we go. Just too far away. It thinks I want the ride. So I gotta zoom in. Alrighty, so now we've got a nice little cattle pen, and I can even use a similar technique to get this bit how I want. I go back to the path. So if I go back to the paths, I can put down my beautiful pink path, I hope. Go to Stamp Builder. Hopefully this is a beautiful pink path. Then we're going to hit I, select this, then just can't click X. I can't hit X yet. I've got to hit confirm selection. Confirm the selection. Make sure the snap distance is right. Now I'm going to do this. Now hit I again. Just delete, 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 delete. Sweet. That is a decent little cattle pen. Alright, so moment of truth. If I open this, are people going to just use this as a nice little cue? I believe so. I wonder if there's any like negative guest satisfaction issue with... Oh no. Oh no. You're kind of just walking through it. Oh. Oh. Dang. All that work for nothing. It's not working. It's not working. It looked so good. It seemed so promising. This is pretty bad. Maybe when we get functioning barriers like we had in Planet Coaster 1, this will be doable. Because right now, this is not it. This is not it. Oh, man, what a bummer. Once again, I thought I had a good idea, and nope. Oh yeah. There's a part of me that was like, I don't know if it'll work or not, because I know that guests can just kind of like walk over small gaps. However, I'd seen some videos from Tacky3D, who he's been making awesome videos on using paths in Planet Coaster and using advanced techniques, using the advanced move technique to really create some intricate shapes and things like that. He put out a video where he was using very small gaps in the path to make it so that guests would actually walk around things like statues and stuff. So I was like, no, maybe they'll actually be able to queue if I put a gap. No, they're just going right over it. Well, that was kind of a bust, but I'm always curious. I wonder if I made the gaps between the rows just a little bigger, if this could still work. I was really hoping those quarter meters would be it, because man, this looks better than most queues I've seen people make so far. We know that if the gap is big enough, they'll adhere to it. So the question now is, how big of a gap can we go? This is gonna get really tedious really fast, but here we go. All right, here we have a cattle pen with half-meter wide separation. Let's see how well this works. Oh, that's promising. So far, half a meter's looking pretty good. Ooh, what's going on here? So it looks like people are like walking out of line, which is interesting. So there's something. They're like kind of queuing up weird there still. I wonder if just having it come in like that is part of it. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to just come in straight through here. And they're not liking that. I mean, they're staying on the path a lot better, so that's promising. But still issues. They still just don't like it. You shall not path. Let's see if that makes it any better. Just putting a tiny bit of queue. That just improves it a whole bunch. Just tidy it up a bit. They're still cutting across last minute. And then they get upset. It's like these guys are getting upset that there's not room because they're lining straight up into it. Wonder then, I got rid of this, have that, advanced, confirm selection, advanced move there, delete. Now I'll take this, confirm selection, duplicate advanced move, use that to tidy this up just a teeny tiny bit. Now I can select that, delete. Okay, let's see if they like this. Yes, no, maybe so. Well, they're really not just the limitations of having it being regular path is gnarly. Once they're in the queue, I don't think that they have the ability to like leave the queue. But if this is just regular path, they're gonna say, "Oh, never mind," and try to walk back and get stuck in congestion. Horrible. Yeah, maybe well, maybe this wasn't the nice little breakthrough that I was hoping it was gonna be. Well, at least worst case, another day, another lesson learned about interesting mechanics of Planet Coaster 2. Like it's I do really like how now the guests will spill out into regular path if the queue is building up too much, because that's very realistic to what happens in real parks. But yeah, I was hoping I could use that to my advantage, and it appears I've used it to my disadvantage. Well, hopefully this was useful to somebody somewhere, because yeah, like who knows what they're doing there. They're just skipping lines. They're just jumping over that little gap in the path. Over here they're not jumping the gap, but they're just people are changing their mind and trying to walk backwards out of the queue. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but at least now we know that this isn't something we can just do. I mean, you can, I guess, if you make the path wide enough for people to change their mind and walk away, like what these people are doing right here, and then get back in line and then deciding against it. I guess as long as the path is wide enough, you could potentially do it and it wouldn't get too congested, but that's kind of, we don't really want these huge 4 meter wide queues most of the time. It's nice having smaller, like 1.5, 2 meter wide queues like this. It's just, we can't, well, we tried. Maybe one day we'll just be able to build square queues again, but until then, adios amigos. Maybe someday I'll actually build that Euthanasia coaster. Or, like, finish building it, I should say. Someday. Maybe? Someday.